Let's talk about that for just a second. You made a really good point. You know, you used to, and I'm still crusty about this, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to be where you are with this because you've got a great attitude about it. You know, I don't like it that a ton of people get in the business and they mess things up and they make us all look bad.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to do one transaction or just sell their own house and they didn't really get trained for it and it blows things up. That still bothers me.
Yeah.
You've got a great perspective on it.
Yeah, so when I first got into the business, I was extremely hell-bent, kind of coming from the finance industry and looking at real estate from the outside in, going, you know, you can barely have a pulse and get a real estate license, and then the next day go and represent somebody on their largest transaction. That is a scary thought. And for the longest time, and there are times that come back to me where there's a little bit of bitterness there.
Right.
But for, I would say, 3 years, I was hell-bent on the idea of kind of half-assed realtors, and that's the bad rap that the media kind of portrays realtors in. And I realized...
we learned a lot of it.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's not like it's been unearned, some of it.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think we can get into that, but barriers of entry need to be higher.
Yeah.
But the thing for me was like a mental switch in thinking about the way that I think about my industry, because if I'm going to be working in this industry and if I'm going to succeed in this industry, to have this negative connotation about my own industry is a problem.
Right.
And I realized that, I internalized it, and I remember talking to colleagues of mine back in the day, and the big transition for me was, you know, the negativity thought on the industry was, you know, anybody can get a real estate license.
Yep.
Anybody can sell a house. This is BS. You know, I'm tired of seeing, you know, Joe Schmo pop up and sell that house when it really should go to the true professional. And
which I believe the customer deserves. And
Right.
you believe the customer deserves.
Totally.
Customer deserves the right person dealing with it, not just the cheapest, not just their buddy, not just whatever, right?
And this goes back to the way that, like, I want people to start thinking about every decision that they make in life, and that's it all starts up here. Whether you want to think about that half, you know, that glass half full or half empty, and that the transition for me was looking at those same people that I was disgruntled about being in the business and using that as fuel for myself as a competitive person. I said, those are the people I'm going up against in listings. Those are the people I'm competing with buyers. And I at that point, it was so clear to me right then that, yeah, I'm going to eat this alive now, because not only I'm not working with Harvard grads, you know, on, you know, whatever it might be, but what I'm sized up against on a daily basis, these people, you know, sometimes I'm impressed that some of them even know how to get dressed and show up to work.
They show up dressed to the appointment, right?
Yeah. So having that transition in my mind was really big for me, personally, and then definitely professionally, to use that as a competitive driver, because we actually talked about competitive driver in one of our previous podcasts. But anyway, that's kind of my thought process on changing your outlook on your own industry.
Cool. So